Hello, everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Paul Collot as our guest speaker for the podcast series. Welcome to the podcast, sir. Please allow me to introduce you. Paul Collot is currently working as an executive at Elliptic. They basically help customers make the crypto economy a safe place to transact and invest the way for a new digital monetary system. So let's start this podcast. And, sir, to start with, could you give a brief about yourself and what you have done in the past years?
Yeah, sure. And absolutely delightful to be invited in your podcast, Silak. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for
Just in a
accepting.
few words about me. I mean, on the professional level, I would say that I'm before all passionate about technologies and the power of data as itself. I've dedicated my entire career working for big tech companies such as SAS Institute or Oracle, and I've discovered the blockchain like 6 years ago, and I've been continuously learning about the techs, the possible use case over the year, and I realized that only a fair regulation would help the massive adoption that we are all looking for. So that's why I decided to join Elliptic in the first place, to be a part, a little bit of that on my own level of that financial revolution. And on the personal side, well, I'm a husband, a father of two kids, and I run a foundation for the promotion of a rare genetic disease. That's also combined me quite a lot. So that's me in a sentence, in a simple sentence.
Right, sir. So, like directly jumping to what is DeFi, let's understand what is the current financial system and what is the state of current so we can introduce that.
Sure. Well, I mean, everybody would know what the traditional system has been for decades, for years, for centuries now, controlled by local banks, local governments with their own currencies, and working kind of independently on their own in their own region. And I mean, that's the traditional financial system as we know it, but with blockchain technology, and more specifically with DeFi, the world is instantly connected. I mean, this decentralized protocol serves as the pipe and plumbing that plug the different economies together, the people got together. So this is a huge new thing. I mean, if you have a look closer, if you have a closer look at it, the internet does the same thing. It completely broke down the wall and the border for information and news. And DeFi is doing the same thing, but for money, commerce, financial market. And we are now part of a global digital marketplace that can finally transact with each other. There is a common set of rule and protocol that transcends culture, language, borders. It's a totally new thing that we're seeing.
Right, sir. And what are the problems that we are facing with the current financial system, and how is DeFi solving those problems?
I mean, there is nothing more opaque and non-transparent than the financial institution right now. I mean, I have no idea how my bank works or what they are doing with my money. All is written behind and controlled and organized with this central organization without giving any information about how it works. And that's what's being new with this new open transparent system. I mean, it's the nature of blockchain itself. It's a totally public ledger that allows you to store and monitor information and give the control back to the user, to the population. So that, in that sense, I think it's a total revolution.
Right, sir. And what do you think is the possibility of decentralized finance in the future, and what's its current state? And also, what, according to you, are some of the most innovative and fascinating protocols that you have seen right now?
That's a good question. I mean, we're still in a new emerging market. There's still much less liquidity in DeFi project than there is in the traditional system. But as growing, we will have like much more participation of every actor around the world. It will give a huge amount of liquidity, and these liquidities will allow people to invest all around the world without this gatekeeper, without the intermediaries. It will facilitate the exchange. You will be able to invest as a person in a farm in China or at the rivers, help creating like local economy by building solar panel firm in Africa. There is a lot of things that you will be able as an individual, depending on your financial situation, be able to do without those intermediaries. So this is actually incredibly huge opportunity for everybody. And either you are a young investor, you're an entrepreneur with a great idea of how to create a new DeFi protocol, everybody can participate. And that's the beauty of it. It makes it equal for everybody to participate. And not only the wealthy people that are usually the favored one in the traditional system.
As any new technology move into the space, so there are many risks associated that come. What are the risks that are associated with this DeFi protocol?
Well, there are a lot of risk, and I mean, it would be even complicated to list them all. But the first thing, I mean, when you start to have a look at in a new project, it's to understand first the technology. You cannot jump into blockchain without having the basic understanding of what is blockchain, how it works, how it combines with the DeFi protocol. And I mean, you need to know also the team that is involved in the project, the community. That is a great thing about DeFi projects, is that there are communities around all of these projects, and you can actually be in contact with them, understand how it works. But I mean, it has been like tremendous opportunity, and we've seen there are no revolution of what was already existing in the financial market, but now we have those companies offering lending loans to population that didn't have access to loan before. But with those new DeFi, new companies, like they are able to offer some loan system, some financial system to those population, and that's also a really great things. And on another side, that it increased the inclusion, the financial inclusion for everybody, makes it equal for everybody to have access. I mean, with the proper internet connection, of course, but you can have access to all those projects. But also a nice thing is to be participating directly to those projects, to be rewarded by actually contributing to this project. You can be rewarding token, you can be rewarding to participate, ensuring the stability and the security of a protocol by putting funds in a liquidity pool, and all of that gives you actually create value. It's not only moving value from one point to another, you're actually creating and adding value to those projects. So that's actually great, and it's actually opening like a tons of possibility for the future.
Right, sir. So let's now talk a bit more about the infrastructure of decentralized finance. And there are many leading applications in the space like Uniswap and Compound. So could you explain the infrastructure and what is your project that on what you are working on to shape the future of finance?
Yeah, the Compound, Uniswap are excellent project, and actually those are the kind of project that you could actually be rewarded for participating to the liquidity of the network. So it's actually quite nice to be receiving like tokens / money to participate from this project. But there is tons of projects like this, and the idea, the most complicated part is like to identify all the great project from the rest that has no future or is not actually helping. We see a lot of scam outside, and every time that you see like, I mean, tremendous reward or something that seems unreal, it's most probably because it is unreal actually. So be careful, check twice before entering any of this project. Do your own research, as everybody saying in the sphere. But that's something that needs to be taken like precautious before entering a new project. And one aspect of that, and something that we're actually working at Elliptic, is ensuring that those projects are safe, and ensuring that it's something quite difficult to do for the nature of the technology, like to ensure all the origin of funds, like ensuring that there are no illicit funds entering those projects. Is actually something quite difficult to do, but something that our team product is working on a daily basis. We can do that from the very known blockchain currency entering centralized exchange. But when we talk about DeFi liquidity pool, it's tons of transaction entering the same pool. It becomes quite hard to identify whether or not those funds are coming from illicit or not source of funds. So that's where is the challenge right now, is to actually identify people actually investing in those projects to ensuring in that way that there is no bad actor involved, laundering money, etc., etc. But that's where the rompecabezas in Spanish, the puzzle is, and the problem will be for the regulator, understanding how it works, how it's combined together, and how we can authorize those new projects, those new protocol serves the better good for the community without promoting bad behavior online and in the financial market.
Right, sir. So now moving on. So whenever we talk about like risk hedging or risk management in the space, we talk about the stable coins, and they have generated like $1 trillion plus revenue in transactions. So what are these stable coins, for first question, and do you really think that the risk is not involved in them?
Well, I mean, there is risk everywhere, but when you look at stablecoin, depending on what they are addressed with, I mean, if we are talking about the USDT, for example, it's addressed against the dollar. The dollar is a pretty stable economy. I mean, the risk of the dollar going down tomorrow, it's not zero, but it's quite close to zero in the next days, week, month. It's not an economy that is going down. Depending if your stablecoin is addressed to another crypto, to an asset like gold, in the same way. But if it is, I've seen use case in the agriculture in the same way with the stablecoin is addressed to the grain. And what produce the farmers. So that's actually a tremendous idea that help them to get access to material, sell their lots much faster, and have access to partnership that they couldn't have because they were not able to stock all their production, etc., etc. So that's something that is totally new, and depending on what is again the project behind the stablecoin and how is the economics behind and how it works, it could be more stable than other. But
right, sir. So now let's move to a bit personal question. So how a day in a life of someone who is working in this space? So how a day in your life goes? How it starts and what you do in this space actually?
That is a good question. I mean, I've joined Elliptic like 4 months ago. I'm the first one in the continent, in Latin America, and because all the countries are not regulated the same way, most of them are not even regulated yet, I see myself spending most of my time doing education, even like basic concept of what is blockchain, how it works, what is a transaction, what is a wallet, what is a hash. Those are concepts that are not even known in the traditional financial system by the people following the rules, ensuring that there are no money laundering in the traditional bank. They don't have that kind of knowledge yet. So I'm starting to educate them on what we are doing, why we are here in the space. And at the end, our goal is to make crypto safe for everybody, but you will pass by that regulation and education of the people, the professional people in the traditional financial world, because crypto is here to stay. And we all need to know how it works and what will be the impact on our global economy.
Right, sir. So this was not included in my question. So what is your take on NFTs? As every content creator and every person is coming with their own NFTs, whoever is somewhat famous.
I even did myself for my foundation. I've created a collection.
Right,
I see it as a way to raise money for the foundation I'm running. It's actually working, it's starting. But I mean, NFTs, it's a great way to protect the artists, their royalties. I mean, it's great tech, and it will be, I think, everywhere. In the next year, you will enter the metaverse, you will enter exposition, you will enter basically everywhere, because the tech is just great, and it's a great opportunity for all that population of artists to remain honor the actual owner and the best reward person for producing their art, basically, either in in painting, digital painting, whatever, music, etc., they remain the owner of their work, and I think this is important for them. And then again, there are a lot of problem behind as not legal problem. How can you reuse the art of someone, changing it a little bit and creating your own new collection? This will be, I think, will be solved by our lawyer in the world. With who will be determining like what is the legal right, what can you do with an NFT? Can you modify it? Is there like a author right that you need to preserve over the modification of every collection? I mean, if you just take the board app that was just flipped and then sold for another million, I mean, where's the creativity? When you can call that a scam or not? I mean, if you ask me personally, just flip it and sell it for a million. It's genius. I mean, I would have been the first one to do it. I would have done it. So, but where do you stop, and where is it legal or not? And when do you need to reward the actual owner or creator of that art? I don't know.
Right. So you talked that right now the main focus of Elliptic, or say your main aim right now, is to create awareness about this new space. So where are you heading to? What are your future projects, or what are you like planning to do in the future as a part of Elliptic or on a personal level?
Good question. We have, our main set of products is regarding the screening of transaction and wallet to ensure the risk of every transaction and wallet present in the blockchain that we cover, like more than 500 blockchain cryptos. Sorry, my daughter. Yes, we cover more than 500 assets for transaction and wallet screening. We also have tool for investigation, like deeper investigation in the blockchain. Only work for Bitcoin, but one of the next release that we are going to release actually is multi-currency investigation. We will be able to have a really deeper look in everything that is happening in all the assets that we provide. And as time of the future, we're actually in beta to release a product about market insight, aimed for financial institution, hedge fund, to have better understanding of all the movement and be able to trade directly using our information. So that would be the next release for this year at Elliptic.
So my question is, like you talked about blockchain earlier. So what is your take on decentralized apps or DAOs or dApps? What are they heading to?
From my perspective, those applications are like piece of DeFi protocol added together to create new project, enhance product. So I mean, this is actually a great feature of DeFi protocol, because they can all interact together, and you can pick like 5 interesting things on your own, and then come up with your own project, because you were the first one to think about the combination and the possibility of combining several DeFi protocol. So that's actually kind of mind-blowing when you think about it, like the operability, the easiness of use of combining, because they are all talking together. You can combine them and come up with that new idea quite fast. So that's, I think it will be also it will help definitely the future of DeFi protocol, all those dApps. Yeah.
Right. So basically, I asked that question because, like, when we talk about Bitcoin as a currency, so the main focus is to like transact. But when we talk about like technological cryptos like Ethereum or Solana, so they seems to have more potential according to me. So what is your take, and what other cryptocurrencies do you see that have that potential?
Following like quite a lot of projects, but I mean, I see myself as Bitcoin as the mother of crypto, like maybe like a lot of people, but I see them for many reasons: for being the first, for having the biggest community around the world, for being the most stable project maybe over the years. But yeah, Ethereum is another one, as in its own problem that all the new project with aims to rectify. Project like Cardano, Solana, to reduce like gas fee, all those kind of things. And I mean, it's still quite recent. Like we don't even have all the feedback to be able to say which will be the project that will be out of the lot, because I mean, for most of them, they're like 1, 2, 3 years of existence. They are all growing X time each year, so they are all interesting, and they have all they are all trying to solve a problem of existing blockchain. So that makes it actually an exciting space to watch. I mean, there is not a day without a new project or new news, something that is done better by someone else. So that's actually exciting, but also hard to follow. So yeah.
Right. So what is your take on digital currencies which governments are coming? Like in India also, that they have announced in recent budget that they are coming with their own digital currency.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that? Will that be a main competitor to other cryptocurrencies? What will be the scenario?
It's again, it's only my opinion, but I see those central currency as the alternative to remain to keep the control over for the countries to keep the control on what's happening actually on the blockchain. Those are the countries that decided to create digital currency based on the blockchain. Other that decided to create a digital assets not even based on the blockchain. But I mean, the finality of this will be to have like the control on everything is entering the country, entering or exiting the country, and remain able to monitor the money at the end that people will make with those currency. I mean, in the perfect world, there will be like one global currency for all the economies that will be able to share and interact in the country. But I don't see that the central token will help what the fiat system was not able to solution right now. So it will be replicating in the digital space what they were doing for centuries. I mean, I don't see the need of those digital assets when we have already the Bitcoin that could also do that for everybody.
Right.
I mean, it's a way of keeping control, if you ask me.
Right. So just to like a ending question, what is your advice to young professionals who want to enter the space? So do we like intern at a startup who is like building things related to the space, or should we focus on building our own? So what should be a focus of a young professional or a student at a college or university studying, right?
Start exploring. I mean, any possible way. Start exploring the crypto communities. Start joining groups. Be present on every social media. LinkedIn is a great place for me. I love being on LinkedIn, talking to a lot of people. There's many groups. Great article. Twitter is another spot. Discord. It's like deep understanding, a deep community about any DeFi project, NFTs community. So start being present on all those social networks. Don't be scared to actually talk to those people. I mean, they are all nice and super happy, super friendly to share and open with you. So they are really open to have those conversations and explain what their job was, their day-to-day activity, and help you in that sense. And then another point will be to experiment yourself. Open a wallet, open an exchange, an account on an exchange, start buying cryptos, understanding the logic behind the project. Do your own NFT collection, whatever that introduce you to involve you in the crypto, in the blockchain project. So yeah, experiment, talk to people, and that will be a great way for you to enter the blockchain company, or to develop your career in the blockchain space.
Right. So can you give a general advice, like not related to the space, advice to like our viewers or something, just like a life learning or something like?
Oh, stay open-minded. I mean, don't close anything. Don't. Yeah, stay open to every possibility, every conversation that you can have with people. I mean, it's such a new space that we are not all experts. I mean, after a few reading, you can become an expert, and you will be more knowledgeable than 90% of the planet regarding crypto and blockchain, because I mean, it's still so super new. So don't be afraid yet to engage. Don't be afraid about what you know, what you think you know, and then yeah, again, go talk to people and be open and curious. Yeah, I mean it's common sense for me, but I mean curiosity is it's a huge part of everybody, everything that I'm doing. So yeah, that's why I keep learning, read, whatever.
Right,
That's
sir.
what I will
Thank you
do.
so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.